good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good people. Welcome to another edition of A Casual's Perspective Predictions. And tonight, depending on where you'll be, it might be morning. It's another fight night, UFC fight night, Volkov versus Blaydes. Let me share the fight card over here. And much thanks to the people of Russia for making this fight card. I looked for it earlier this morning. The UFC did not have it out, but the good people of Russia did. Anyway, good people, welcome. I am a casual fan. My name is Martini Moragewa Mureidi, and let's get started. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, share any of those four good activities to make me feel a little bit good. And I don't know, good people. Maybe you'll also feel good. Tonight's card. I didn't check how many fights there are, but there's a lot of women's fights tonight. I think eight women are fighting. Four sets of fight for the women's. I love the women's fights. Anyway, um, the first fight of the evening. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one, good people. Um, Mr. Austin Third Hubbard versus Max Roscoff. UFC debut for him. It's a UFC debut, and on this card I didn't pick. I was I was a little bit hesitant to pick the winners. A lot of this, I only picked like one, two, three, four out of all the cards. So I only picked the four winners out of all the fights. So this will be it'll be just crunch time picks. I'll be going with what I think. I looked up. I decided to watch the weigh-ins last night, and because I didn't watch the weigh-ins last week, and I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be better. Anyway, Mr. Austin Hubbard versus Mr. Roscoff. I pick. I'm gonna go with the UFC debut. Hopefully, he kicks off the UFC debut with a win. So there we go. That's Mr. Roscoff. If you can't read Russian, I also can't read Russian. So bear with me. Bear with me. I'll bear with you. Next fight of the night. Oh, it's a good one, good people. This is the warrior, the happy warrior, Mother Fairy. She's gonna be fighting Lauren Lucky Murphy or Lucky Lauren Murphy. And last time Miss Mother Fairy fought, I picked against her to lose to the hype that was Macy Barber. And this time, I'm sorry, nothing against Miss Mother Fairy, but I'm gonna pick Miss Lauren Murphy just because of the gym she trains in. I like Alliance MMA. I like them because of what one of my favorite fighters in the top three, top two right now, Miss Angela Hill trains over there. She trains with Miss Murphy over there, and boom, just picked her because of that. Next fight. Let me do my. I didn't let me. So that's who I picked, and then I picked Miss Lauren Murphy. It's gonna be a good fight, good people. Next fight, Mr. Frank the Crank Camacho versus Justin Guitar Hero James. UFC debut for him too. Oh, and on this one, I'm gonna go with Mr. Camacho just because the fight experience he has. Probably he's faced tougher competition. Nothing he's gonna see tonight that he's never seen before, hopefully, and he's gonna come out with a win. So pick Mr. Frank the Crank to win that one. Next fight. Oh, this one was a tough one. Good. This is why I decided to watch the weigh-ins. I watched the weigh-ins last night, and on this next fight, Miss Courtney Casey, Miss Courtney Cast Iron Casey, she's gonna be fighting Jillian the Savage Anderson or the Robertson, and I was gonna pick Miss Courtney Casey to win, but I don't know. Like at her weigh-ins last night, it's almost like she thought she wasn't gonna make weight, but she came out way below, like almost 2 pounds below the limit. The mark 125, and I was gonna pick against Miss Julia Robertson, the Savage, because she has dyed hair, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know I always pick against the person with the dyed hair. But on this one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go with Miss Robertson, the Savage, just because she came prepared. She came prepared. Miss Courtney Casey did not look that prepared for the fight, but maybe she was. Maybe she's just playing mind games. I don't know. I don't know, good people. Maybe you do. Tell me tell me what you think. Mm. Next fight. Next fight. Oh, so I picked. Yeah, I actually picked this one yesterday. I guess I picked this one after I watched the weigh-ins. Next fight, middleweight, Mr. Mark Andre Powerbar Barriolt versus Oscar Imadlo Piechota. And I do not know. Oh, okay. I picked Mr. Piechota to win this one because Mr. Mark Andre is on 3 in the UFC. So I picked I'm sorry, Mr. Mark Andre. Like, hopefully you get the win. Hopefully he does get the win. But I pick against him in this fight. Next fight. It's another ladies fight. This one is gonna be another good one. Miss Tisha, the tiny tornado Torres, is gonna be fighting Brianna the Bull Van Buren. It's a strawweight, 115 pounds. They all came weighed in okay, and on this one, I think it's Miss Van Buren's UFC debut also, but I'm gonna pick her to win. I'm gonna pick her to win her day. Oh, I'm picking people to win their debuts today. I guess I don't know if it's a coincidence. I don't know. Boom, there you go. And I actually picked that one yesterday. I don't know why I picked her, but I picked it yesterday. And then for the main event, of the prelims, I like this fight, good people. One of my favorite fighters. I like his style, Mr. Clay, the Carpenter Guida. One of my favorite fighters, good people. For years. He's gonna be fighting Bobby King Green, and it's gonna be a good match. I'm not good. It can go either way, but just for sentimental reasons, just because I like this fighter, I'm gonna pick Mr. Clay Guida to win. Oh, whoa, Mousy. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Mr. Clay Guida, Mr. Clay the Carpenter Guida to win on this one. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a highlight reel, I think. Someone might get knocked out. It might go all 3 rounds, but someone might get knocked out. And I'm gonna pick Mr. Guida to win this one. Just sentimental, good people. Just because I'm sentimental. And then we go to the main card of the evening. There's a lot of fights, so that's 7 fights for the prelims and 5 fights. 13 fights. That's a lot of fights. That's the most fights we've gotten during the quarantine, during the whole COVID pandemic. But to kick us off for the main card, Jim A10 Miller is going to be fighting Roosevelt, the Predator Roberts. Oh, there's 2 Predators. Francis Ngannou is also the Predator. Anyway, Roosevelt Roberts. Oh, this is gonna be another good fight, good people. Mr. Miller A10 has more experience. He's been fighting for he has 20 wins in his UFC career, and Mr. Roosevelt has 10 total fights or 11 total fights in his MMA career. And it's gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one, good people. I did not pick the winner for this one. It's a catch weight. Also, they weighed in around 160 pounds. I hope the UFC makes a division over there. There's been a lot of people fighting catchweights. I think there's been a catchweight fight the last 2 weeks, last two, maybe 3 weeks. And on this one, it's gonna be a tough one. I'd like Mr. Roosevelt to win, up and comer. But since I don't know what division they're fighting in, so I'm just gonna go with Mr. Jim Miller just for the experience, good people. He has more experience. He's been fighting longer. I don't know what Mr. Roosevelt is gonna bring to the table that Mr. Miller hasn't seen before, but that's why I'm gonna watch. That's why I'm gonna watch. So that's my pick. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's honey water, good people. Hot water. Put a few tablespoons, teaspoons of honey in there, stir it up. It's so good. It's the first thing I drink in the morning when I have honey. It's awesome. Anyway, next fight. Oh, it's gonna be another good fight. One of my favorite fighters right now, Mr. Belal. Remember the name Muhammad is gonna be fighting Lyman Cyborg. Good. I didn't pick a winner for this one. It could go either way. Mr. Cyborg Good is I think he's gonna try to knock Mr. Muhammad's head off, man. There might be a knockout. There might be a knockdown. That's probably yeah. If there's any odds about knockdowns, yeah, I'd place a knockdown for this fight. But either way, I'll go with Mr. Belal. Remember the name Muhammad to win. Boom, boom. Oh, whoa, whoa. There we go. It's gonna be a good fight. Might be a good fight. Might end in the second round. Might go to the judge's decision. I don't know, good people. Woo! And then the fourth ladies fight of the night. This is another good one. This is gonna be a good one. Miss Raquel Pennington. Rocky Raquel Pennington versus Mario Belizian Renault. And this was a tough one. This was a tough one, good people. I was really up on Miss Pennington earlier. I was, I picked her a few months ago to win against Holly Holm, and after watching that fight, man, I'm a casual fan, good people, and sometimes can drop my favorite fighter just like that, and and Miss Pennington, I had such high hopes, but after seeing her last fight, I don't know, good people. I'm gonna pick Renault to win on this one. There you go. There you go. And then the co-main event of the evening. This is another good one. Somebody might get knocked out, good people. Somebody might get knocked out on this one. I could predict a knockout. If I was a gambling man, I'd put some money on a knockout happening in this fight. I put a bet on the fight not going to the judge's decision. I place at least maybe 2 knockdown predictions on this one. But anyway, this is gonna be a good fight. Mr. Josh Emmett is gonna be fighting Shane Hurricane Burgos. This is a good fight. Mr. Emmett has only 2 losses in his UFC career out of 8 fights. Mr. Burgos, the Hurricane, has 6 wins, 1 loss, 7 fights in his UFC. Like, these are really elite fighters. There's another fight. This I bet you we're gonna end up seeing a rematch of this one in the future. In the future, I don't want to say, I almost said near future, but in the future, I bet you this fight is gonna be so good. And one of these gentlemen, is a contender. Like, they're both contenders. Not he's a contender. They're both contenders in 145. But yeah, featherweight. They're fighting at featherweight, so that's a really good division right now. And man, I know I've seen Mr. Burgos fight, but is it Burgos? Burgos? I'm gonna say Burgos. I've seen him fight, but can't remember. I can't remember. He must be good, but I like how Mr. Emmett fights. I didn't like his last fight. I think he lost to Cody Garbrandt. I'm not sure. I can't remember who he lost to. No, he wasn't Cody. It's the wrong division, but I'm gonna pick him to win, get back on his winning ways. And then the main event. There's another good fight. I didn't pick the winner for this one because it could go either way. Mr. Curtis Razor Blaydes versus Alexander Drago Volkov. Mr. Volkov is one of my favorite fighters. Mr. Blaydes is one of my favorite fighters in the heavyweight division. And there's always a different energy when heavyweights are fighting good people. And on this one, I was glad the UFC posted a free fight this week when with the win Volkov had over Vadum, and I think I picked Volkov to lose that one. I thought Vadum was gonna be better, was gonna take it to the ground easier, maybe submit him, but he wasn't able to. He wasn't able to, and Mr. Volkov once again he showed me why. He showed in that fight why he has good hands. I think he has one of the best hands in the heavyweight division. Probably, yeah. Him and Stipe it could be one of them. And Mr. Blaydes, Curtis Blaydes, only lost twice. And I don't know how Volkov lost to Derek Lewis. I remember that one, like 10 seconds left, and he got knocked out. He was winning that fight too. And on this one, actually, I didn't like Mr. Blaydes. I like Mr. Blaydes. He's only lost to the Predator, the Francis Ngannou, not Roosevelt Roberts, but I'm gonna have to pick Mr. Blaydes on this one. I didn't like how easy, not how easy, but how Mr. Volkov got taken down by Vadum, and I don't know if he gets taken down by Curtis Blaydes. This is a different game. It's gonna be a way different, style. Nothing that he hasn't experienced. I bet he's sparred and probably fought with other wrestlers before. Probably in Russia, fought some sambo people. I don't know. I don't know. Probably he has 31 wins, 7 losses in his MMA career. So he's fought. I can imagine he's fought all caliber, all styles of fighters. But this one is gonna be a different beast. So I picked Mr. Blaydes to win. Ladies and gentlemen, those are my picks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you think. What are your picks? What would you have picked differently? And subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you for watching, good people. Adios. I'll see you next week. Have a good fight night. And stay healthy, be blessed, and hug your families, drink a lot of water, go outside, take a walk. And there's a lot of things you can do to improve the quality of your life. I don't want to preach. Be blessed. Have a happy weekend. Happy Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Adios.